Question 5. How did you attract/address your audience? My group and I performed a series of primary research tasks before we started to consider the audience of our thriller film, as we saw it was necessary to narrow down our audience before we started production of our thriller opening scene. If we start to make the thriller with no actual idea of our audience, it would make it hard for us to be able to find certain themes within the thriller genre that audience would be able to relate to as a whole. This is why we carried out our primary research in order to define categorically the age range and other contributing factors associated with this particular age group, like their interests with the thriller concerning the subgenre, setting, cliffhanger, etc., with both open and closed questions for answering and analysis by ourselves to narrow down the narrative and therefore an appealing opening scene for our target audience. As a group, we played a massive role in researching to find our target audience. We did this through many types of research, which was through the BBFC, analysis of particular thriller films, narrative theories, questionnaires and vox props. BBFC research. This is one of the first additions to the research that took place into our target audience. We researched into all the different age certificates that the BBFC provides to particular films based on their content under such factors as themes, violence, sex portrayal and messages. From this we gained an idea of our target audience, as we knew pre-research that the certificate of our thriller film would be around 12A, 15 or 18, as many films that we had already analysed have been around this particular age mark. By researching further into this area, we discovered that thriller films tend to be around the 15 age certificate mark for many contributing reasons. They are allowed to portray more strong violence, where with some gory images are likely to be seen, and easily available weapons are not allowed to be glamorised. This is why many thriller films are rated 15, as there can be strong threat and menace seen by the viewers. Analysis. Over the course of our research into the thriller genre, we analysed many thriller sequences around the age certificate that we discovered our audience would be around. By doing this, we were able to research into particular narratives, characters, settings, iconography and other contributing factors to successful thriller films scenes included for that particular age certificate. From this, we could take these ideas and consider using them for our own opening scene to also appeal to the particular audience. Narrative theory. Over the course of our research, we had to research into the main narrative theories that plots follow. We researched and found 3 particular types, Toradov being one of the group we decided to follow, as it follows a conventional plot of a narrative under the thriller genre. From onwards, we understood the concepts of the thriller genre and what a particular certificate and narrative it had to follow. To further appeal, we needed to narrow down the options. Questionnaires. The next research we undertook was finding a way to narrow down our target audience for the thriller film, but also their likes and interests within the thriller genre. We decided to complete this task by asking a series of open and closed questions to a selection of random people that would define our results to assist us with the planning of our opening scene. These included questions about audience's age, gender, like a film certificate, conventions they had seen within the thriller genre, setting preferences and subgenre. Fundamentally, any question to narrow down the audience particularly liked. Vox Pops were useful as we got to engage with the audience in the questions in a structured way, assisting with further points to get a real feel for what the audience wanted to see from a new thriller film. All of the primary and secondary research considerably helped with the planning stage of my thriller opening scene, as we had successfully identified our target audience for the opening scene that we needed to appeal to the most in order for our opening scene to be deemed as successful. We considered all contributing factors that we needed to take into account, such as characters, settings, narrative, which theory to follow, subgenre, conventions that the audience collectively liked as a whole, that we could merge into all of these together to appeal to that particular audience, but also a wider audience, for the use of newly rare use setting and twists in the narrative that had not been widely used across the genre before. We took these ideas to narrow down what as a group we thought were the best and fitted together from a mind map to a single piece of paper. From this, we were then able to go and create a narrative on the storyboard that would assist us with the actual filming of our opening scene. It can be said without this research, we would have followed the conventional plot that appealed to the 3 group members and possibly a few audience. So this is why research was needed for the opening scene to be able to appeal to a wider audience altogether, improving the overall quality by resembling the ideas of the audience onto the final product that they would view.